Okay guys, so if you hadn't already seen, earlier today we had the Treyarch live stream, the return of Treyarch. Obviously we have not heard from them in about 3 months now, just such a long time, really since Revelations. Honestly, we have not heard anything really on what Treyarch was planning to do. Just a recap of Black Ops 3 Zombies, a recap of the game in general, and just a statement regarding anything. So today finally we got a ton of insane information. Now this video, well, okay, not really insane information, but a lot of statements that you can look at them and you're just thinking, wow, they may actually have a lot in store for us. So I'm gonna do a separate video talking about what they have in store for us for the future of 2017 throughout the second year of Black Ops 3 Zombies, because it seems like we're gonna have a second year of content for this game, which is just so freaking hype. It's gonna be really insane, and you can see the way Jason Blundell was talking. There's a lot more he wanted to say, but he was holding himself back and he wasn't going to say anything, and he just gave us this really cool hint, and now we actually know what this hint is. So the hint they gave us was Newton's cookbook. And obviously people figured that out immediately. It's also within the code as well, and I saw someone saying it's also within like the assets of it. So basically you have these images within the files of Black Ops 3 Zombies, and they relate to Newton's cookbook. So that's cool. Newton's cookbook, it's there. I think Mr. Waffles did a live stream today, and he found it within like the Rise and Rock, and just all this insane stuff. So what is Newton's cookbook? Now apparently Newton's cookbook is actually something that's going to be a feature added within the game, because Jason Blundell during the live stream, he basically discussed a feature being added. So okay, a feature, and then he said Newton's cookbook. So that's what we're guessing is the feature. Now what does this feature do? Obviously you see in the title, it's safe to assume here that we're creating our own Gobblegums in Black Ops 3 Zombies. Now I think we're not so sure how exactly we're doing this. I think what it's gonna be, most likely, if you want to make a conservative sort of prediction on how you're actually creating your own Gobblegums, it's really just like take one Gobblegum, maybe morph it with another one, and then you have this crazy combination of a Gobblegum. So let's just say there's like however many Gobblegums you have, 120 possibilities of what you can do, or it's like 9 times 9, 81 possibilities, 81 combinations of Gobblegums. However many Gobblegums there are, multiply that by itself, and those, that's the amount of combinations you can get. So obviously that would be pretty sick. Everyone can have their own unique combinations and stuff like that. Or you can take the route where you're actually like creating it yourself, and that's the part where maybe they're only doing that for PC. But even if it's only for PC, that'd be such a huge thing, creating your own Gobblegum. So again, you literally have the asset of a Gobblegum. You create it, you add whatever you want to do. You literally just add the action within the game, align it with the Gobblegum, create the Gobblegum, create the image and whatever you want to put on and stuff like that. And then it could be in your custom Zombies map, and that'd be pretty sick. That really would be pretty sick. I don't know if they would do that, honestly, just because of the fact that it sort of interrupts and mess with the whole COD point situation. I guess that really probably isn't going to happen. Maybe they'll do that. You never know. At this point, with Infinite Warfare, and I talked about this yesterday within my other video, with Infinite Warfare and the state of Infinite Warfare right now, I think that whatever they can do to hype us up for Black Ops 3 Zombies, to get us playing Call of Duty again, and obviously Black Ops 3 is going to be the Call of Duty to bring us back, at least for this year. Making and creating our own Gobblegums would be a huge thing, like actually custom creations here. So that's only for PC though. Let's try to keep it to consoles. And if there, what do you guys think? Obviously it's not a live stream, I can't ask you guys right now, but just try to think right now. What else can you do to customize Gobblegums and create Gobblegums without actually like creating them and messing with the COD point system and messing with the system? So this is as much as we can do as far as I'm aware. So to make sure we're doing something correct, and to make sure we're not messing with their system and not cheating the system, we're not going to be able to. So however this is, obviously we don't know, it's leaked information. Jason Blundell sort of hinted at it, so it's not entirely leaked. I mean, Jason Blundell sort of confirms it, but we're assuming right now this is what it's going to be, along the lines of creating Gobblegums. what we're not going to be able to do, and also I'll do this and then I'll talk about what we are going to be able to do, all different combinations, probably for the rest of the video. So we are not going to be able to actually make our own actions, and I think that's very, very obvious. We can't say, okay, this common Gobblegum will give us perks, and every time you die, you keep the perks, and every time you die, you just keep the perks, and it's unlimited perks, and that's it. Obviously, we're not going to be able to do anything like that. That was just a silly example, but, we're not going to be able to create our own things. We're not going to be able to make a Gobblegum where it's like, okay, this Gobblegum lets you sprint forever. It's just not going to happen. So, what they're going to do, and what what I'm assuming they're going to do, is they're going to give us as much customization as possible within a console base. So I guess you can think of it almost not maybe as like the gunsmith sort of thing, or along the lines of having Gobblegums. You can morph them together. So we're keeping the idea of morphing them together. Again, if you're creating your own Gobblegums, that seems like it's going to be that anyway. So you pick a Gobblegum, you pick a Perkaholic and a Fire Sale, you bring them together. I don't know how that's going to be morphed together. That's another thing as well, honestly. Before I talk about how else you can customize it, bringing these two abilities together, does it just mean that if you use one Gobblegum, you get a Fire Sale and a Perkaholic? Or does it mean like it's a whole new action that they have to create and code within the game when they release this update in the near future for 2017, I guess. So that's another thing. Like it's gonna be really cool, really interesting to see like all these different combinations. Hopefully they take that right, because even if we're not like personally creating them, I think that alone is actually a really exciting idea. I don't know, it's gonna be pretty cool to see. But anyway, customly creating these Gobblegums, or customizing them. That makes sense. But anyway, that makes no sense. What else can we do to it? We can't change the action. What can we do? We combine them together, and maybe we can do I guess I said gunsmith, not really gunsmith, maybe almost like a paint shop thing, where we can actually customize the look of it. So I guess they can directly use paint shop, but instead of having a square canvas, they have a Gobblegum canvas. So you literally have a Gobblegum, and you have all the tools, all the assets, all the squares, all the shapes, all the letters from the paint shop, but you have a Gobblegum, a 3D Gobblegum right in front of you, or maybe a 2D, and then like the one side is the same as the other side, or however they want to do it, and you would be able to create your own sort of Gobblegum. Obviously, you can't create the action. You can have some really sick designs. You can make some really, really sick stuff for your Gobblegums when you use them within the game. So maybe even if you don't combine anything, what if you just want to take a Perkaholic and change everything up, so every time you use a Perkaholic within Black Ops 3 Zombies, it looks like your own custom design? That would be pretty sick. But is that going to happen though? I don't really know. I think that's a really sick idea. I don't know if that's possible though, honestly. I think the whole aspect of the Gobblegum being 3D sort of throws it off, and it gives me doubts on that sense. But think about it again. How else are we going to customize Gobblegums? We can't create the actions because it's going to mess with the game, mess with components. It's going to, make it unfair, especially on consoles. Maybe on PC, and if they do it only for PC for custom zombies, that'd be so. I know like Mad Gaz had all different Gobblegum ideas that he used to do, and just random stuff like that, and all different map modders. It would be a pretty cool part of their map to have their own specific Gobblegums with their own specific abilities. But again, if they do that, that's definitely only gonna be for PC, never gonna be for consoles. But for consoles, there's we're so limited as to what we can do. I think at least giving us the paint shop option to customize the Gobblegums like that'd be pretty sick. Other than that, though, honestly, we really don't even know if we're gonna combine the Gobblegums. We really don't know what this is going to be. All we know is that new feature in the game, crafting Gobblegums, combining them, customizing them. That looks like it's gonna revolve around that stuff. Now, again, to go back to the leak, obviously the leak backs this up. You have different things as well. You have like this picture, I guess, of not really picture, like a glass picture of purple liquid, and then you have 2 pitchers of purple liquid, and then like 3 glasses of purple liquid, and it's like, well, what is this for? Are there 3 different levels? You have cookbook, cookbook icon, cookbook parts, like all cookbook flow middle mask, cookbook flow top mask, cookbook flow textures, cookbook numbers. You know, you have a lot of different stuff. Cookbook menu, the actual cookbook itself. I don't know, man. A lot of different stuff where it's like, what are we doing with all this, man? Are we using this to combine them? Are we using this to create new abilities that we've never seen before? Are we actually going in and creating them ourselves as characters? There's just so much weird stuff. I definitely, if you want to check this out, the link is in the description. Obviously, I probably should have said this at the beginning of the video, but it's, you know, it's right there. If you just click the description, it's there. Really weird stuff. We'll see. We'll see. You can see the cookbook recipe. I guess it gives you sort of an idea, maybe what you're putting in. You put in the Gobblegums, and then out comes one Gobblegum. So maybe you can even combine 3 Gobblegums or something. So I don't know. I think honestly this is gonna be a really, really sick thing. There's so many different possibilities with this. That's why I was contemplating whether or not it could be like this or that, or actions, or customizing, paint shop. There's like so many different angles you can look at this that it's just so freaking cool. So we'll see what they pick. We'll see what they choose very soon. And yeah, that's it. See you guys later.